Business now. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chaired pre-budget consultations with finance ministers of states. She will also chair the 53rd GST Council meeting in New Delhi on Saturday. Now, the GST Council is meeting for the first time after the formation of the new government. The last GST Council meeting was held on 7th of October last year. During the meeting, the Council took several decisions. The GST Council had recommended amendments and conditions of appointment of President and member of the proposed GST appellate tribunals regarding eligibility and age. Now, the Council had also recommended nil rate for food preparation of millet flour in powder form. The Council had also decided to reduce GST on molasses from 28% to 5% in relief to cane farmers for faster clearance of dues and to reduce cost of manufacturing cattle feed. India's Purchasing Managers Index rose by 0.4 percentage point to 60.9 in June in comparison to May. According to a survey by HSBC, business activity in India got further strengthened in June with the pace of job creation fastest in over 18 years. The business activity was also strengthened by gains in manufacturing and services sectors. Manufacturers and service providers combined saw their output rise. DD India's Ajay Mishra joins us from New Delhi. Ajay, good morning. Now, we've seen that today the Finance Minister will be chairing the 53rd GST Council meeting. This is the first meeting that will be held after the new government took office. Let us get more from you as to what do we expect, what is to be there on the agenda today.
Absolutely. Preeti, good morning. I think the Finance Minister will meet the state finance ministers to discuss on two aspects. First, the pre-budget consultation, because in a series of pre-budget consultations, the Finance Minister have met with the economists, with the industry captains, as well as the MSME sectors and agrarian economy. And it is very important to listen to the state finance ministers also so as to what they expect from the budget going forward. We understand that budget have a provision of long-term loans to the states, which is very important for their state finance, and also central government gives grant along with the money for the centrally sponsored schemes as evident in the budget. So it's very important to listen to the issues in different states, and it will be a great input for the budget preparation, which is due in the third week of July. Coming to the GST Council, it is very important that the very first decision the Finance Minister took after assuming the charge in the NDA 3.0 is to call the GST Council meeting to go for ease of doing business for the business at large, because MSMEs are going to be impacted most by the GST simplification, and that's what we understand, that there might be some agenda on the online gaming which might be discussed later. 28%, 18%, that's a separate matter. But you just mentioned that we now have a new appellate tribunal. What are the cases that are going to be taken to the GST appellate tribunal? What are the cases need to go to the Supreme Court and High Court? The ceiling might be decided. The idea is to simplify the process. We understand that the registration process, the taxation process for the MSME might be eased, and there are some more agendas from the law committee which is being advised to the GST councils. These are some of the issues that are likely to be issued to be discussed in the later part of the day when the Finance Minister will interact with the GST council. But as of now, the meeting in the Bharat Mandapam is about the budget consultation, and then inputs are being sought from different states, and that's a brilliant example of competitive federalism and cooperative federalism put forward by NDA government.
All right, Ajay, also the PMI has brought in good and pleasant news. We've seen it rise to 60.9. In simple, common terms for a layman to understand, explain to us what does it mean, and also how promising is it, because we tell our viewers that manufacturing and services sector have led to this rise, and also when we talk of the services sector, then job creation has been the fastest in the last 18 years.
So absolutely, it is a S&P Global which does a survey of the different economies throughout the world. Every month there are 400 companies in manufacturing sector and 400 companies, almost 400 in services sector, which are being surveyed. They are being questioned about the future prospects. What do they think about the job prospects? What is their order? How are their orders doing? What is the demand in the sectors, and so on and so forth. Based on those replies from the 800 odd manufacturing and services companies, the index is being prepared. If the index is beyond 50, it is a considered positive and expansion in the demand. when the PMI is below 50, it is a contraction in demand. So since 35 months in a row, Preeti, the PMI index, the composite PMI index for Indian economy has been very in the positive zone, above 50, almost nearing the 60 point, which is very great number. This for the employment perspective is a very great news, because after registering a growth of 8.2% last year, the first quarter is showing a tremendous growth both in manufacturing as well as in services. There are some slightly decline in the export demand, but overall the positive prospects about the economy is leading these manufacturing and services to have a great view about the Indian economy. And 18-year high, the employment generation and prospects for employment generation is a great news, because we cannot get the absolute number in terms of how much employment has been generated, because we get it from the EPFO, ASIs and other government data. But the expectation about the job creation is positive, both in the manufacturing and services, because the demand is increasing, and to fulfill those demands, the companies are feeling pressure to hire new candidates to fulfill those demands. So it's a great news on the PMI front.
All right, Ajay, we leave it here. Thank you for joining in with us.
Thanks, Preeti.